Here's what people are gonna have a problem with the Young Avengers.
You know what I would like? The Young Avengers.
Hold on.
I'll write a whole movie now.
This is where people are gonna. I'm tired of you interrupting me. I've lost it. It's midnight. I gotta go to sleep. Welcome to the Fourth Act, our entertainment podcast, where every Friday we discuss a topic in TV, movies, video games, and more. My name is Gabe, and I'm joined here once again with my brother, Mr. Auggie. Mochi Gome.
Still keeping it.
All right. And today we're going to change up the format a little bit. Now, normally we focus on one topic. Now, we are still going to have a main topic. Today we're going to be talking about the MCU. And I'm titling this, Will the MCU Rise from the Grave? And we'll get into that later. That's going to be the main topic. That'll be towards the end of the show. Now what we're going to do is open up with what we've been watching lately. That way every week is something fresh. And we can start talking about like more up-to-date things. That's the idea of this. So we're going to talk about what we've been watching, and then we'll have a little segment where we talk about any news that we want to talk about. That way every week we can, again, talk about more updated stuff. So we're going to try that for a few weeks, and then we'll see what's up. Sounds good?
Yeah.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Mr. Auggie, what have you been watching lately?
Well, like I said, I haven't really watched shit.
Oh, what have you been watching?
Except Loki. Just Loki.
And how'd you feel about Loki? Because we haven't really talked about it. Like, we talked a little bit about what happened, but like, did you like it? Did you love it?
Loved it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
10 out of 10?
Yeah.
Really? Dang.
Well, no, not 10 out of 10.
Well, go ahead.
I'm still giving it a 9 out of 10.
That's what I was saying. That's where I was.
9 out of 10.
What about season 1? How do you...
Well,
you like it more?
I didn't rewatch it, but...
Okay, but just based off memory, do you like it more?
No, I like the second one more, because it goes back to the first one a lot.
Right. Now, should we go into spoilers on stuff like this? Because again, this format's new. We're learning as we go. Should we have spoiler warnings for every single one that we talk about?
Well,
nah.
Later, because...
Okay, in our MCU talk, we can talk about that.
It leads to more stuff, so it's like...
Yeah, well, spoiler-free.
But just Loki. Yeah. I want to see Godzilla.
Godzilla, the Minus One.
Minus One.
And if you guys don't know, Godzilla Minus One is like the Japanese Godzilla that they... Again, I think this is like a sequel to... I think there was one a couple years ago, Shin Godzilla. I don't know if it's the same thing. And then there's like an anime too. Maybe I'm confusing that. But the point is, this is a Japanese Godzilla where he's like the bad guy.
What is it? Invincible?
These are the things you want to watch.
Yeah, I need to see that.
Yeah. So I'm watching Invincible.
Gen V.
And I'm watching I'm watching Invincible because right now, as of this recording, episode 4 is dropping on Friday. Now, up to episode 3 so far, It's been great. Yeah, the animation is a lot better. It's still the same art style, but the animation is a lot better. So it's just dealing with obviously what happened at the end of season 1, and I won't spoil that. We're not spoiling anything in this section.
Yeah.
But if you have seen the show, it ends off, I wouldn't say with a cliffhanger. I mean, it does, but it's not like it picks up right where it left off. Like, it's not like a cliffhanger, you know?
Like a few months or something?
I think so. I think they said months.
Tell me this. Is he healed?
Invincible?
When we come back, yeah.
Is he healed? Yeah.
He's already healed?
Yeah.
He's not like, I have bandages, nothing?
He's good. Yeah, it's about dealing with the fallout, what happened at the end of season 1, and it's kind of about grief, too. Yeah. And again, we won't go into spoilers or anything, but it's great. Like, the topics that they're covering feels like they're heavier, and now that the world...
I haven't seen it, but I'm guessing at the end of this season, Omni-Man's going to come back. Another cliffhanger.
Okay.
Comes back, he's just looking at the planet.
He's just looking at it?
Well, yeah, they left this one off, and he just took off at the end.
So, Invincible so far, really good. 10 out of 10. Going back to Loki, because we'll go in order. If we were both watching the same thing, we'll talk about it. Loki, we didn't do a review on it. I did want to, because I wanted to go really in depth. But yeah, I was not excited for the season at all. Like, I was going to watch it. Yeah. That's kind of like where I'm at with the MCU right now anyway.
Yeah. It got better as it went.
Absolutely. But yeah, even like the first episodes were good. It's just that it just felt like more Loki. But yeah, the last 3 episodes were like a movie, man.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because like we're saying like a movie, like that's like the highest compliment. But nowadays shows are like top tier. Like those are the highest forms of entertainment. But yeah, it was,
because they're rushed now. It seems like
the movies, like just MCU or in general.
Well, I mean, I haven't seen Marvels. You seen the Marvels?
I've seen the Marvels.
I haven't seen Marvels, but it's like they put 3 of them together where they probably would have gave what's her name, Spectre?
You know what? Spoilers, I guess. Minor spoilers. They don't even give her a name in this one. I think on the merchandise, her name is
Rambo?
Spectrum. Is it Spectrum or it's
Some shit like that.
Photon? I think she goes by a couple in the comics, but point is, there's actually jokes where like they call her like I think like Dr. Marvel because it's Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel. They're like, oh, like you could be Dr. Marvel. They're trying to workshop a name for her. That's a little funny bit. But overall, I thought the movie was okay. I walked out of it and I was just like, yeah, like 6 out of 10, maybe 7 out of 10. And then
they could have gave Kamala a second season. They could have gave
Well, this kind of is like it does.
It's all 3. It's all.
Yeah, but Monica doesn't have much to do. Like the whole thing with her is her relationship with Captain Marvel, which they've been teasing a little bit, and we get the payoff in here, but I don't think it's that great.
Yeah.
Her powers and stuff are cool. Like she's very important to the story, but Iman Vellani, Miss Marvel, still the show, man. She is incredible. She was incredible in Miss Marvel. Yeah, the little one. Kamala Khan. Yeah. Kamala.
Yeah, I was like,
you were gonna do your accent, and then you decided not to.
No.
Give us a little Kamala. But yeah, Iman Vellani, incredible. She's still the show. She's incredible the whole way through. She brings the humor.
Yeah. Well, especially because she's their fan.
Yeah, and they play that up for like the first half of the movie. But she's incredible. She still's the show.
Is she actually in Biggin?
That's what I was about to say. My negative with her specifically in this movie is that it's like they forgot or didn't watch Miss Marvel, and she kind of just has like
just energy, huh?
Just she can create structures out of energy, and that's kind of it in this movie. She doesn't even like.
She's Green Lantern.
If I don't remember, kind of, but like a weaker version of Green Lantern.
A weaker version.
Yeah.
All right now, huh?
Well, stuff happens in the movie. Obviously, it's a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Like everybody gets powered up eventually. But
you think so let's say she doesn't. I haven't seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would spoil it. I know one of the endings.
We'll talk about that in the MCU talk because we're gonna talk about like the future, like, at least like the next couple years. So we'll save that for the end.
Yeah.
But you did spoil the post-credit scene for yourself.
I mean, I didn't. They spoiled it for me, but
you're on the wrong side of the internet.
Huh? I didn't post it, but I looked.
I didn't post. Well, that's good.
It's because I saw something and I was like, "Oh shit, I have to make sure."
Okay, we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. But Gen V.
Gen V I haven't seen, but I want to.
That you're interested in. And
I was going to tell you, usually what I've been doing now is I've been letting shit build up, and then I just watch it.
Just binge watch it. I got into Gen V late. I got into Gen V on like episode 7, like the week before the premiere. And then like
is it done or what's
it's done.
Oh, it's done?
Yeah, it's 8 episodes. I think I did. I don't have the receipts, but I'm pretty sure I did.
But it's good.
It's really good.
Season 2?
So for those who don't know what Gen V is, it's a spin-off from The Boys.
Like
if you don't know what
high school?
It's a college, I think. I'm trying to figure out if it's a high school. I think it's a college. I think it's a college. But point is like it's like the X-Men. It's The Boys universe, their take on the X-Men. And it's really like edgy and like teen angst and stuff like that. So like if you're not into that, fine, it's probably not for you. And then if you've seen The Boys and don't like it, this isn't for you because it's the same thing. Like you see a dick in like the second or third episode.
What's a popular teen show right now?
Like Euphoria. And I bring that up.
Euphoria with the boys gore.
That's what I was gonna say. Is that I think I don't know if it was like the writer or director. I mean, there's multiple directors, but I don't know who it was. Somebody from The Boys had compared it. They're like, this is like if Euphoria and something like had a baby, or like Euphoria in the Boys universe, something like that. But it's pretty cool because some of their powers. See, now that we got the couch, which we didn't even address yet, for those who are returning, we got a couch now. We don't know if it's gonna stay or not. We're gonna figure it out. This is the temporary new set. We're gonna see where we go next. Maybe by January we'll actually have a legit set.
Better couch.
Yeah, it's a brown couch. It's weird.
It's a brown couch.
But anyway, yeah, some of their powers are kind of like...
I know one of them.
Which one?
The blood one?
Yeah. So some of their powers are kind of like... I'm losing the word. It's like...
They're X-Men.
No.
X-Men, the reason I say it is because X-Men, they have like a simple power, like, oh, they can only levitate
They do
something,
one thing, yeah.
but they master that shit. And
like,
it's like...
this is definitely their take on the X-Men. But what I'm trying to say is that I'm just losing the word. It's kind of... I don't want to say metaphor.
For what they are?
For, like... I'm just losing all my words today. But point is, let me explain it in a longer way. One of the girls has blood powers, like you said, but she has to cut herself to use it.
Yeah.
So like she's a cutter, right? And then one of the characters is a trans character and switches from boy to girl, which is really cool because when they're a boy, they have like strength.
Oh, okay.
Right? Like they have like super strength.
I thought I was going deeper into
No, when they're a girl, they have like energy waves and shit. So they change depending on the situation. So that's really freaking cool.
So like super strength, not just regular strength.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And then one of them turns small, like she shrinks like Ant-Man.
Yeah. I heard something about that, but I forgot.
Probably the dick thing.
Well, you reminded me about it then, yeah.
She turns small, but the only way she can turn small is if she makes herself throw up. So you see, it's kind of like very, like, it's more, that's why it kind of reminds me more of high school than college, but I think it is in college, so.
Is it because they just can't control it right now, or that's just their power?
They don't address that, so I think it's just their power for now. Maybe later. I mean, she has to cut herself open to use her blood, so.
Yeah, but they all have to do something to use it, like.
Right. And then there's...
They can't just use it yet.
There's one girl who's mind control, so she always has gloves on. Like, well, like when she touches you.
Okay, she's like, what's her name
from X-Men?
Yeah.
What's her name?
I don't remember. I just remember
Rogue.
She couldn't touch you. What would she do? She'll kill you, or?
I think she takes your power.
Oh, okay. I remember she couldn't touch you. Like they're like, no, she can't.
Yeah.
I remember that shit.
Because I know that in the movie, yeah, like when she touches you, she like, oh no. Here's what happened in X2. Wolverine accidentally stabs her. He wakes up like in a nightmare, stabs her, and then she touches him and heals because he has a healing factor.
But he didn't lose his?
No.
The hell?
But yeah, I could have swore like somebody like passes out or something. Maybe both. I'm gonna say power.
Maybe him, yeah.
Yeah, he's always Logan's messed up. Logan, dude, when are we gonna review?
I just saw.
When are we gonna review X-Men Origins Wolverine? Leading up to Deadpool. We'll watch X-Men Origins Wolverine, Deadpool, and Deadpool 2.
Yeah, because I mean that's the only. They say it's the only Marvel shit. I doubt it. They're gonna pop up something.
Which again we'll talk about in our MCU.
Because the shows, when is Echo's right, like in a month or something.
I think so. I think Echo's December. Oh yeah, we got 1 month left.
Who pops out? Let's say Kingpin.
Well, Kingpin for sure. Daredevil for sure.
Well, that's going into the Marvel shit. That's why it's kind of restricting me. I can't really talk about.
Yeah, I mean
certain stuff.
We can talk about
it. If it's news.
I only have two things.
There's all kinds of news.
I only have two things for our news segment. But yeah. Oh, I have one more thing for what I've been watching, and this is one I say for last because it's important. Do you have anything else you want to talk about? Anything else? Yeah. What have you been watching? What have you been playing?
No. I was gonna say I haven't been watching anything. Just YouTube.
Just YouTube.
Just YouTube, if anything. But
we're not gonna promote other channels. We're not doing that.
No, I won't. But the only thing I've been playing was Spider-Man.
Oh yeah,
I've been playing Spider-Man.
Oh well, we reviewed Spider-Man, so you know what? Go watch our Spider. If you want to hear Augie's thoughts and my thoughts on Spider-Man, go watch our Spider-Man review. Well, we did our predictions. We did a preview and then a review. So go watch the preview if you played the game and see how wrong we were, and then go watch our review and see how much we like the game.
But I was gonna say if it's anything. Like just upcoming anything, Power Rangers anime.
Well, wasn't that barely announced? Like that's not coming out anytime soon.
Oh, I know.
But go ahead and explain. What is this?
It's just like I don't want to say it's like The Boys, but I guess it is, huh?
That's what? Because you sent me a post.
All I know is that they said the Power Rangers anime, but the Power Rangers are the bad guys.
But it's not an actual Power Rangers anime. Like, it's something else. Or is it? Is it?
Yeah, I think
it is Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Like they
I thought it was
them,
like inspired.
No, I think they gave them like the rights and
the
all
license,
that, and then they were like, "Let's do it like this," and all. That's why I said the same thing with Dragon Ball Z. It was like because it's already an anime, but it's like they made it an anime. And
What do you mean?
did you see the new Dragon Ball Z coming out?
What is it? Yeah, I saw the trailer for it. I saw they were like turning into kids.
Yeah, they're turning back to kids, like freaking.
So it was a fake anime before, is what you're saying?
No, it was just anime, like, but now it's like turning into the anime now. I would say like Demon Slayer, like even the way they dress. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
Well, you watch My Hero.
Well, yeah, but I don't like. What do you mean? Like what makes like My Hero modern as opposed to like
What they wear,
an old one? But is
I
that more
guess the shit they do? It's more like Demon Slayer. Like I guess
that I haven't
My
seen.
Hero's more like the. It's probably like John Cena. It's like the last of the.
I like this rabbit hole we're going down. We're talking about the Power Rangers anime. You're like,
No. Well, I'm explaining how
I
it's
know,
like.
but I like how we're going deeper.
I guess you could say it's more traditional anime.
That the Dragon Ball is.
Yeah, because you could say the Dragon Ball, like the old Dragon Ball, was like traditional anime, and then it turned into like Americanized anime,
What's Super?
like
or
Pokemon and shit, huh?
Was Dragon Ball Super?
Yeah, and then like Naruto. I guess some people argue that.
I mean, those real like anime heads don't even like Dragon Ball, and I think everybody likes Dragon Ball.
They like Attack on Titan. And,
they like. I mean, even that I've seen people. People shit on everything on the internet.
Yeah, you have
First
to
of
like
all,
the underground ones.
That's what I'm saying. Like something stupid.
The one that just came out last week.
Something stupid like Yu Yu Hakusho. Who watches that shit?
I don't even know what that is.
But you've heard of it.
I've heard the name, but I don't know what it is.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Is that the new one?
I don't know.
There's a new one.
I'm just I haven't seen any of these. Don't come at me.
There is a new one though. There's a new one, and it's
yeah. I mean, that's one of them for sure.
Yeah, like just the anime is different now than it was back then.
But like, what do you mean by that? Like how it looks, like the topics that they're covering, or I honestly don't know. I'm not like pushing back. I just don't know what you mean by that.
It's like it's hard to explain. Like, I guess you could say like it was all Americanized lately.
Mm-hmm.
The top ones have been Americanized, and then
those do cater to America.
Yeah,
I imagine we're like the second biggest market for anime.
Yeah,
like it's Japan, and I think I'm just guessing. I don't have numbers.
It seems like it's going back to like I guess the stakes. Like people are actually dying. People are freaking
okay.
Like I said, the shit they wear.
Right. So you think like I'm putting words in your mouth now, but I'm trying to follow. Do you think it started turning into more like a Saturday morning cartoon? Yeah. As opposed to like, oh, this is like 90s anime. Okay.
Like you already knew it was gonna happen. You watch it, you'd be like, all right, like he's gonna beat him eventually.
Yeah.
But now it's like it's going back to like, oh shit, like I guess manga style, I should say.
Okay.
Like how it looks and everything.
Last thing on my what I've been watching list. Excuse me. Another thing. I'm freaking recovering from COVID, which is why I'm coughing so much. So, just in case people are all like, why does he keep dabbing? What is he doing over there?
I was coughing the last one.
Go watch our last episode, see how much he was coughing, and then realize that he's the one that gave me COVID. And that's why last week we didn't have an episode. Just saying.
But I didn't have COVID.
That's impossible. That doesn't make any sense. Take a test right now. Anyway, the last thing on my list here is the Scott Pilgrim anime. That shit is awesome. I only told you a little bit about it, but let me just give my general thoughts.
Like spoiler.
No spoilers. I'm not going to spoil it.
No, I'm spoiling it.
You don't know.
It's the only scene I've seen.
Did you see something?
I've seen 2 minutes of it that you showed me.
Oh, yeah.
You spoiled it for me. I'm spoiled it for them. Okay.
Well, it's at the end of episode 1 is what I spoiled it for you. But anyway, Scott Pilgrim versus the World is a comic book originally? Or is it a video game? I know they made the video game after.
Video game comic book.
I think they made the video game. Well, whatever. I'll tell you my experience with Scott Pilgrim. Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the movie by Edgar Wright with Michael Cera, is a cult classic now. Like I love that movie when it came out. I didn't watch it in theaters. I saw it on HBO. But like throughout the years, whenever I do, which is very rare, but whenever I do meet somebody that likes Scott Pilgrim, like they love it. Like if you watch this movie and like it, you love this movie. Because I only knew you that liked it because we watched it together, and that's one of those movies where you could put on any scene and you could just watch the rest of it. And then I met somebody that I worked with. Her name is Nancy. Shout out to Nancy if you're watching. She has a tattoo of Ramona Flowers. The picture where he's just like, hey, do you know a girl with hair like this? Yes, that's Ramona Flowers. She has that tatted on her. I was like, oh my God, that's so badass. So I say that because I just want to explain that this is like a cult classic. If you like it, you love it. If you don't like it, you probably never seen it. So that movie is incredible. And what they did is Edgar Wright is now the producer on this anime. They got the whole cast back from the movie. And they made an anime, and it's on Netflix. So I don't know if this is gonna work for people who I think it will. If you just like anime and you're just that looks cool. I mean,
it's the art style.
Yeah, it has a cool art style. It looks like a video game. The whole premise is that like
Lil Uzi's gonna pop out.
Yeah, Lil Uzi on his album. Which one is it? Lil Uzi or
first two?
It's versus the world though, right? Lil Uzi versus the world or something like that.
Yeah, I forget the first. Well, I want to say the first 2 or 3. It was like that art style. Like,
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He basically stole the.
It 100% is the Scott Pilgrim art style, which again, like that, like Lil Uzi likes Scott Pilgrim enough to put it as his art style for his album. Like he must love Scott Pilgrim, or at least the art style. Like if you like it, you love it. But anyway, I don't know how well or how much people are gonna like it if they haven't seen the original movie, because this show does a twist on it. If you really cared, about this show, you'd probably already see it. If not, I don't think this is a huge spoiler.
I don't think a lot of people knew it was out.
Well, there's that.
Because that's another thing too, is that the writers, what was it? The writers' strike.
Oh,
it
right.
ended, and then all of a sudden, all this shit was.
Just not all of a sudden. It happened because the writers' strike ended. Yeah, so
that's what I'm saying. All of a sudden, they had all these freaking doom doom doom.
It was like 10 trailers.
Shrek, what else?
See, that would have been the episode last week if I didn't have COVID. We would have just watched all the trailers and just talk about them all.
Yeah, just all Jurassic Park.
But anyway, let me get back to this really quick. So I do think it'll work on its own. But what I'm saying is, I think for Scott Pilgrim fans, like of the movie, you would like this even more, because I think a lot of people did, because I started looking at some of the reaction on Twitter. I think a lot of fans expected that this was just going to be the movie again, but in anime form.
Yeah.
And the first episode happens, and it plays out just like the movie, exactly like it. And like, there's some lines that are different. And I was watching, I was just like, yeah, this is fine, but all it's doing is reminding me of the movie that I like more.
Yeah.
And then at the end of episode 1, there is a twist. I won't spoil that. There is a twist, and something happens, and then from there on out, it's a completely original story. And like we get Chris Evans as one of the X's, as the second X, for way longer than we do in the movie. And now, like, you get to see like some of the X's. I know this doesn't make sense to people who haven't watched it, but
I wonder why.
Some of the X's are now talking to each other for the first time, and I was just like, that's cool. It feels like fan fiction.
Yeah.
But it is Edgar Wright, and it's the cast. Yeah, it's a new timeline, and I think they are playing with that. I won't spoil anything, but they are playing with that. Like,
you did spoil it.
No, I didn't, because you have no idea where this is going.
Well, if you don't want me to spoil it for them, then I can't really say why.
All right, well, we're gonna leave it at that.
If you've seen Doctor Strange, you know what's going on.
Everything is doing a multiverse right now. I've seen everything everywhere all at once.
You know how that Doctor Strange came and he died, and then the other Doctor Strange came.
Okay, yeah. No.
The movie Scott Pilgrim is gonna pop up.
Maybe.
In cartoon form, he's gonna pop up.
Maybe.
That's Scott Pilgrim.
All right, so I'm only 5 episodes in, and I think there's 8.
So it's done.
Oh yeah, it's on Netflix, so you can binge it all. Binge it all. So I am going to catch up. The only reason why I am not finished right now is because we're recording this podcast.
That's stupid, but I like that, because it's like you get it done within a week, and then you're...
Yeah, or a day. Shit. You're pulling rookie numbers.
Squid Game's all over again, huh?
Yeah, Squid Games was a binge watch.
Is crazy.
I don't know if I want... Oh, wait. He's taking a drink before he starts this rant.
I watched Squid Games because of Joe Budden. He watched it.
Who?
Joe Budden.
I'm here to double down.
That guy?
Yeah. He watched it like the day... I don't want to say the day it came out, but he watched it like the first wave of people that were like, you need to watch this shit. And then I watched it that night.
I think you told me to watch it too. So.
Yeah, after his podcast, I watched it that night, and I was like, "This shit is bad," because he started spoiling it, and I was like, "What the hell? What the hell?" So I stopped his podcast.
Joe, you got to give us like a week, at least a week.
And he, like I said, he didn't even warn it. He was just talking about shows he watches and shit like that. But he was talking about it. I was like, "What the hell?" I was like, "What?" And binge that shit in 2 days.
That show gets its hooks in you, like that. Every episode, it just perfectly lines up the next episode. Like, you can't just turn it off.
And now they have that game, the game shit. I think you win. I don't know how much money it is.
I'm not interested in that at all. It's like the real life version.
I just want to see the betrayals because they are going to play the Marvel game.
Isn't that already out?
It might be. I don't have Netflix. I don't have freaking. I have Hulu. I have freaking everything, but I don't have Netflix.
Oh, wrong one. Introducing our newest segment. Oh, this is a segment specifically for Auggie that I like to call 90 Day in 90 Seconds.
Crazy.
Now, you forgot to mention... No, wait. Let me introduce it. You forgot to mention that you are a big 90 Day fan. 90 Day
I can mention everything I
fiance. And you have 90 seconds on the clock. You can take it wherever. You can talk about the first episode. You can talk about the newest episode. I don't care where you go. You got 90 seconds on the clock. I'm not going to know what you're saying. Somebody out there will for 90 seconds. So go ahead.
I mean, I could do a whole episode because it's not just one. It's not just one freaking. It's not one season. Yeah. Like, there's 90 Day. There's 90 Day the other way. There's freaking. And like I said, I can explain it. I'll just explain what
you can do whatever you want.
What show is better than.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, it's a hard cut as soon as it gets to 40-15. Go ahead.
All right. So like I said, 90 days when they come over here.
Right.
What would you call it? Their partner comes over here. They have 90 days to get married in the U.S. And then 90 day the other way is the American goes to their country.
For what?
They just because a lot of times it's hard to get the visa here. And then they just go over there. A lot of people think it's cheaper.
They leave America and they go over there?
Like the Dominican Republic, the girl thought it was cheaper, so she goes over there. It is cheaper, but yeah, so that's one example. Some people are just, they leave shit from America, like their expenses, their debt, and they go to Brazil and now they start over and all that shit. But that's the other way. Then they have 90 Day UK. I don't watch that shit.
They just like rhyming.
90 Day UK, mom watches that shit. I don't watch that shit.
That's too much, 90 Day.
That one's too much. But then they have like 2 more 90 days and shit. They have the island one. I don't watch that one.
Oh my god! Like a game, like they vote each other off and shit, or what?
No, it's like they're the islands.
That was 90 seconds of 90 Day with Auggie. With Auggie.
I would say the best one though is the 90 Day Last Resort.
No, you're done, dude.
No, I'm going past
until next.
I'm going past it now.
Welcome to episode 2 of 90 seconds of 90 Day with Auggie. All right, starting now.
All right, 90 Day Last Resort. That's just the best one. That's previous people that were on the show before. They put them on a resort, couples resort, and then I don't know if it's a week or 2. But by the end of the week or 2, they have to decide if they're going to get divorced or they're going to stay together.
So do they already have their visa?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they could stay in the U.S. and shit. It's like...
That's actually pretty cool.
This is way past that. A lot of them are like 5 years together. Like, I don't think any of them that came out on that show are like real quick.
Yeah.
Only if they're real quick, they deal with them in the show like that. Like one guy came, he started dating a girl, and then he said that, he didn't like the way she lived and all that. And then he left.
Nasty.
He left. He became a truck driver. And then she took him to court, all this shit. And, yeah, he's still here. He freaking...
Yeah, he played her ass. Yeah, which I imagine is like how 90% of those 90 Day fiancés go.
Well, I mean, there's a way to do it, apparently. And then there's a way you could stop them. But I haven't seen all of them. Mom watches all of them. You got to bring her on here.
I don't care enough about this.
The third episode...
You got 5 seconds.
Third episode, she'll be here.
That was episode 2.
That's what I said. Third episode, she'll be here.
So she's gonna bust in the door.
I'm gonna tell her. I'm like, you got 90 seconds. You gotta say.
Well, you have to set
She
up.
knows their names. She knows the history.
We're done. Unless we do episode 3 right now.
No, I would have to wait. I would have to go.
2 episodes in already. That's a good sign.
In one. What is that? 180 seconds.
We can't rhyme that. And that was episode 1 and 2 of 90 seconds of 90 seconds. Yeah, of 90 Day with Auggie.
I can go on if I'm
No,
talking
we're
about
done.
everything. No, not 90 Day, but if I'm talking about everything I'm watching, shit.
Man, I don't want to go into all like
You don't want to
HGTV.
get into the Gordon Ramsay world, dude.
Yeah, we're not here for that.
Hell's Kitchen.
We can have
Kitchen Nightmares.
Here's what we'll do for you. One of these days we'll have a reality show topic where we'll talk about all that shit for like an hour and a half.
Well, then this is all I'll say then. The last reality shows are those damn baking ones and the food ones because everything else is scripted.
Yeah. Yeah, you
the
know what?
food one, it's like you watch it and it's like, oh, they left their chicken too long. You're out.
I've been watching a lot of Jersey Shore the past like
Oh, yeah.
3 weeks. So we'll have this topic sooner rather than later. So save
I could watch the New Jersey Shore. Where's MTV on?
Pluto TV.
Pluto's been getting shit, dude. Pluto
All right.
has Juwanna Mann.
Juwanna
Mann. Because I think J. Cole said, I can't even say it. But J. Cole has a line about Juwanna Mann, and I heard it, and I was like, have you ever seen Juwanna Mann? No one's seen Juwanna Mann.
I mean, I remember seeing it when we were younger.
It's stupid.
What's Juwanna Mann for those who don't know? Just real quick. And then we'll move on.
That should be on canceled movies
I haven't forgot about that topic. We're going to do that
Juwanna
soon.
Mann is, I think he was in the NBA, and they throw him out for a call, and this guy gets naked. He flashes everybody and everything.
He got CTE.
Yeah, he freaking flashes everybody. He freaking... I see what the hell you did there. Yeah, he freaking flashes everybody. He throws his jersey. He leaves. And
it sounds like Antonio Brown.
They ban him from the NBA, and then he joins the WNBA. He wears a wig and everything, and he has to act like he's a girl.
We need the Juwanna Mann sequel with Antonio Brown. He goes to the WNBA.
That's what he does. He goes to the WNBA.
The WNFL.
They catch his ass, of course. Juwanna Mann.
All right, that's enough. Transitioning into our news segment here. I only have 2 things I want to talk about, but
I threw my freaking news.
Well, I got 2 for you, and then if something comes up, well, again, this is all new.
I got 2
going forward, I think throughout the week I'll come up with like the best ones I want to talk about. So these are just 2 that I just want to talk about really quick. Big deal here. I don't know how much you care about this. But in the Star Wars universe, they finally did the one thing I wanted them to do, and they made Dave Filoni in charge, or at least like in charge with Kathleen Kennedy of the Star Wars universe now, going forward. So Dave Filoni is the guy that did Clone Wars, Rebels, so like all the cartoon stuff, and then he's been doing The Mandalorian. Like obviously...
So you got a Kevin Feige.
So yes, they finally got their Kevin Feige, and with the guy that should be their Kevin Feige. So like this is a big dub. So he said that he's not going to be the one telling them what to do, but he's going to guide them in how to get there. Which I kind of wish that he would like come up with a plan and then tell them like this is what we're doing. But it's probably too much for one person. I know Feige did it for a while. I'm sure Feige has a team though.
Yeah, he's like Dana.
Dana White.
He has a team.
Yeah,
but you never see them. So
I have it pulled up right here. Let me give you his official title. He is the Chief Creative Officer of Lucasfilm. And he always wears a cowboy hat. Look at this. That's him. I don't know if you guys can see, but that's him.
Oh, crazy.
But yeah, that's really good news. I imagine you don't have much to say about it because you like Star Wars, but we're not going to have a general Star Wars talk.
No, I just watch it.
But just understand that this is a big deal.
But there's shows I haven't... You've watched all of them, right? The shows lately?
Not like the Bad Batch, and I haven't seen Andor, which everybody is saying is like the best Star Wars shit ever. How do you feel about that? You believe him?
I was gonna say shit about it, but I'm just gonna leave it.
Okay. Why'd you bring it up?
Well, I was, and then you started saying this shit about Andor and all that, and I was like, oh.
Well, how do you feel about the shows? Because like he is a big part of those, like the Disney Plus shows.
Now he's
the ones
part of them?
No, he's always been.
Oh, he's always been?
Yeah, so Mando.
So it's bad news for me.
Why? Just say it. Say what you got to say.
They've been cheeks. The shows have been cheeks.
I'm here to double down.
Yeah.
That shit is a 2-pack of ass.
Yeah. They all had to bring Darth Vader back, and all of them just...
Dude, wouldn't you if you're in charge?
Yeah, but it's like, come on. That's my whole thing.
Well, Andor's supposed to be like the one... I don't know. I don't know if Dave Filoni has anything to do with Andor, but that's like a departure.
Is it more the actor? Is it the freaking...
I think it's like the subject matter. Like, it's about war. And do you know where Andor's from? Like, the character?
Yeah, from freaking Rogue One.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
I liked Rogue One.
Yeah, me too.
But
I like some of those Gaga songs.
But what'd they do in that one?
In what? Andor?
In Rogue One. What happened at the end?
Darth Vader got brought.
And it was a good movie. It's still a good movie. But
So this news does nothing for you.
Well,
I mean, I don't expect it to. I'm just saying.
I gotta see something crazy. I more like the movies.
But
the shows are good too.
But don't you think it's a good idea now that they have one guy? I don't know if it's his vision, but at least it'll all feel the same. There's somebody's thumb on everything. I think that's pretty cool.
Well, I mean, if you said he's already there, then it's like
easy transition.
I don't like the shows. I know the shows are good, but I mean, because I didn't watch Clone Wars.
Ahsoka's
so that's
good.
why Ahsoka's nothing to me.
Ahsoka's good, but I was lost because I didn't watch Rebels and Clone Wars.
And then I didn't watch Boba Fett because, like I said,
Boba Fett,
they did my boy dirty, and then they were like, "Yeah, let's just take your mask off all the time now." We want to see the actor, so I didn't even watch it. I'm not even on it.
You just take away all his mystique.
I'll watch him pop out in Mandalorian, and then what the hell happened to Mandalorian? They were just like milking this shit. Like,
well, eventually Mando became like the culmination of stuff. It wasn't just about Mando.
I'll tell you what happened to Mandalorian. It became the same episode every freaking time.
Well, it's a good episode when you did it right once.
They brought a remake of like an old character, and then they're like,
that's the thing. Like season 2 became like fan servicey, and then season 3 kind of like continued that.
And then I didn't watch the Bad Batch. Obi-Wan I watched.
Obi-Wan was
with the best fight, like I said.
Disappointing.
Well, I mean, he was hiding. He was like, he didn't.
I like the idea. I like the premise. But overall, it's just like.
But you loved when Luke did it, and when Yoda did it when they hid.
I said I like the premise. I like the premise. I don't like the execution. Like, I didn't give a shit about the bad guy.
Yeah.
Because I'm over. I've said this before in other stuff with Star Wars. I'm over the I survived Order 66 thing.
That's
done with
that's
it.
Another one.
They keep doing that.
That's another.
Nobody died in Order 66. Whoever we saw die is who died in Order 66.
Now when you think about it, you're like, actually, nobody died in that shit. We got what's his name from the game. We got Ahsoka. All the ones that needed to die didn't die. They didn't die, did they? All got away.
That's why you got lost. You got to let too many people live.
He just gave up. He was like, "Yeah, we got him."
All right, let's move on because we still have a big topic to talk about. The Marvels. So this is going to be like a transition into our MCU topic.
So you're gonna spoil it for me?
No. I got some numbers for you.
Bad ones?
Via the Hollywood handle on Twitter.
Bad ones, right?
The Marvels is expected to end its theatrical run earning $210 to $240 million globally. That would be like pretty disappointing just like in America. Just domestically.
Say it again?
What, the whole thing?
Just the price.
$210 million to $240 million.
And that sucks even for a regular movie?
Worldwide.
We can't even pay Brie Larson.
No, that's not just for...
She ain't even
well, what do you mean
back.
by... Like, if this was a horror film, this would be great.
Oh, I know. But
Or like
that's
a
what I'm
comedy.
saying, like...
For a Disney movie, this is not good. Making it the lowest grossing MCU movie ever, Auggie. That's not good. The movie had a $270 million budget. Now, the general rule is that you're supposed to make like 3 times your budget. I don't know how true that is. That's just what everybody says.
Yeah.
So
but like the Marvel movies at this point, certain ones pay for other ones at this point. It's like...
Yeah. That's why... no one's crying that Disney's losing a couple $1 million.
Yeah.
But this just shows a trend.
Was it like the movie suck or
It's all right. Like it's
or
not.
does it play a part in the story? Like Kang and Ant-Man, we don't know that shit yet.
I'll get more into that when we talk about like MCU stuff going forward because I don't want to spoil anything in the Marvels.
Well, I'm gonna spoil it so I don't forget.
Well, we'll do that
I'm gonna
later.
tell
We'll
you
do that later.
Well, remind me of Ant-Man
Okay.
when we're talking about the end credit scene.
Okay. But yeah, this is not good. And
This is not good.
it's not good.
Kevin Feige's like, we gotta cut somebody.
So
Kamala did great, you said. She held her own.
So you know what? We'll just transition now because I can't really explain all this without going into like all the trends that Marvel has been going through. So we'll transition now into our main topic. What should we call it? What should we call this? The spotlight topic, the headliner. Throw something out.
Well, it's only about this, or it's like
This is like going to be the weekly thing. We're going to talk about the headlining topic. You got no creativity.
I've been thrown on the spot.
Throw out an adjective. Give me a word. Give me a color.
Blue.
Today's blue topic. Whatever, they get the point.
Today's Blu-ray.
Is about the MCU, and again, it is titled, Will the MCU Rise from the Grave? So, do you think they're in a grave right now? Do you think they're dead?
I didn't think so. Maybe like that's what I always said. It's like it's dead in the critics. But watch that shit come out on Disney Plus and watch all the fan pages and maybe Disney pays for those. I don't freaking know. But watch all the fan pages. It's like the Marvel fans don't go to the movies no more. They wait for it to come out.
Yeah, they just talk shit. Oh, apparently nobody's going to the movies.
The Disney the Marvel fans are like, they just stay at home now or some shit.
Marvel fans are just Star Wars fans now, where it's like Marvel fans hate Marvel movies. Or what's the saying for Star Wars? Like nobody, that's what it is. Nobody dislikes Star Wars more than Star Wars fans.
That's true.
That's where we're at with Marvel now, where it's just like, damn, you guys hate everything.
That's true.
Now, I do think that, it's not like it's a hot take or anything, or I'm saying anything like, the Marvel movies lately have taken a dip. Like in terms of quality, like consistent quality have taken a dip.
Yeah, we're talking about quality. But we are, like we said before, we're freaking restarting.
Now, I have no problem with that. Like we had an MCU topic earlier this summer, and me and Misael were like very positive on it. But I told him, if Secret Invasion sucks, I'm done.
It's the end.
Not that I'm done. Like I'm not gonna. Like I've watched every Marvel premiere.
Now, Secret Invasion sucks. If Superman is good.
What? Okay. I hear what you're saying. Well,
people are gonna move over. Not so much.
I don't think so.
Not so much superheroes are dead, but they're gonna slowly spread that way, and be like, all right, let's see what the hell this shit is. Because I said,
but I think their fans are the same. Like there are people like on the internet who are all like, oh, I'm Marvel, I'm DC.
Yeah.
Those people are children. I think, because like we watch all the Marvel and DC stuff, and we saw the bad X-Men movie. Like it's not like there's no actual sides to this stuff. Like I know there's a lot more crossover. Yeah. So it's not like there's only room for one big dog.
Well,
the big dog.
That's what I think is gonna happen is that DC will be the main guy now. Yeah. And then they're gonna have the storylines. They're gonna have the.
But so you do think
it's a brand new story, so it's like you can't really go wrong.
Yeah, but
or you shouldn't.
I mean, to answer my own question earlier, like the MCU it's not dead. Like I think right now, it's in a slump for sure. Like the money reflects it, the audience reaction reflects that, but all they need to do is bring back the X-Men, and that's it. Everybody's back.
Well, that's why it's like, are they coming in Secret Invasion, or
we'll get them,
or is it gonna be the next phase? Because they can do a whole next phase.
Right.
Of Avengers versus having another Civil War.
Here's a problem. Is that we've taken too long to get to where we are now. Now, there's a lot of factors. There's COVID, which delayed things. Like it delayed shit like a year. Some things
That's what
years.
I feel like people don't like the movies now, too, because all these were announced already. We should have already seen them.
Another huge problem, and apparently like Disney like pressured Marvel Studios to announce. See, that's why that dude got fired. What is his name? Bob something? Chapek or something? Or is that somebody else? I don't know.
What?
The point is, like, the CEO or whatever of Disney. And now it's Bob Iger again. So it was Bob Iger, and then he gave it to, like, his, like, second-hand dude. I think his name was Bob Chapek. Correct me if I'm wrong. I hope that's not, like, a political figure or something. Huh. But anyway, he sucked. And then Bob Iger said, give me my shit back. I'm going to fix this shit again. and then that now we're getting rated R Blade and shit.
Yeah.
So
that's
anyway,
what I was going to say too. All the rated R.
that's the thing, is like they need to innovate again, which I think they will. And I think this next year, for those who don't know, they're gonna only have one movie next year. And they'll probably have like 2-3 shows, but they only have one MCU movie next year. That's crazy, and it's Deadpool. That's crazy.
I mean,
but it
what was coming out after that?
Like originally.
Yeah, let's say.
Crazy thing is, like, I used to know the slate by heart. I could have told you all the dates before. I don't know anymore. But I know that the ones that are done and coming out, or that are finishing up and coming out, like Captain America 4.
Yeah.
Thunderbolts. I don't know where they're at with that. Actually, I don't even think they started that.
Thunderbolts, huh? The bad ones.
Yeah.
The girl that's recruiting everybody.
What's her freaking name?
Elaine
from Seinfeld. I'm just gonna keep calling her Elaine. It's like Valentina something.
I'm gonna save one of the best ones for last.
What, movies?
Like Marvel shit. But
I love how shit is just, it could be anything with you. I don't know what that is. Movie, trailer, comic book, I don't know.
In Deadpool though, Miss Minutes and Morbius are supposed to pop out in that shit.
I mean, supposedly, like the TVA is supposed to play a part. I could see that.
Do you know what the movie's about, supposedly?
I mean, besides them, no, I guess not. Because I was just gonna say, like, I know that they're like rumored to title it like Wolverine versus Deadpool, but they're gonna team up. I guess I don't know what the actual plot is now.
I saw two things. Well, one is that their timeline is falling apart.
Oh, that's freaking cool.
That their timeline's falling apart and they're fighting. I don't know why, but they're fighting.
Yeah.
And then who knows why they get here or how they get here. Maybe Morbius brings them. Maybe freaking... Miss Minutes brings them to mess shit up because Deadpool messes shit up.
You know what's so crazy is that Deadpool 2 ended with him being able to travel the multiverse.
Yeah.
Like, what luck that Deadpool 3 has a multiverse story.
And I was going to say, that's why they said that the Fox studio is there, that they're fighting at Fox Studio.
Yeah. That is going to be cool. Because we've seen that, right? That was a set photo.
Yeah. The other thing I heard...
it could also just be a joke, too. It's Deadpool.
Basically, Wolverine is looking for X-23, and Deadpool is chasing him.
Yeah, I did see something like that. That like it was a rumor. That's the thing. There's so many rumors all the time.
Movie and shit.
That Daphne. I forgot her name. Is it Daphne King? The girl that played X-23 in Logan, right? That supposedly she's coming back. That'd be cool.
So I was like, we'll see. But so far, that's the newest one I've seen, is that their timeline is falling apart.
I like that idea.
And then they're fighting at the Fox studio. I don't know why.
Okay.
I don't know if he thinks it's because it's Deadpool's fault. I don't know why Deadpool would be fighting him. But I read today, it said that they're honoring Logan because they love the movie so much. So everything that happened in Logan happened in Deadpool 3.
It doesn't matter. The X-Men timeline didn't even respect itself. Like,
I know, but...
movie to movie to movie, they changed not only actors, but some characters would die, and some people were like misplaced, and some people were like on the bad guys, and now they're somewhere else. Some people were alive in the 70s and not in the 90s. Like, their timeline was screwed up. So I don't care about continuity for the Fox universe at all. Dead. As a matter of fact, Logan is supposed to be in its own timeline, supposedly. So who gives a shit?
Well, Deadpool is his own. So if he takes Logan, then it's not really...
Yeah.
But
I like that idea about the TVA and their timeline.
Would you think that shit would be funny?
What's up?
Because let's say it is from Logan. Is he going to dig him back up?
That would
if
be...
If he does dig him up, would it be funny to you if he's alive down there? He just healed and he's
Depends how they play it. I think it would be funnier if he digs him up and then he's dead. like he's actually dead.
Well, yeah, he could be actually dead and then he would bring him back.
Or he could just go to a new timeline.
Well, that's what I said. If he just digs him up and he's just there looking at him.
Let me tell you what I'm most excited about with this Deadpool thing. I'm excited about the jokes about transitioning from Fox to Disney, and how Disney like now he has to like respect Mickey Mouse and shit. Like he has to respect them, not like actually the character Mickey Mouse, but I'm saying like the mouse, like the big.
That's where
corporate
I feel like
conglomerate.
Miss Minutes. The only way I see Miss Minutes coming in is like she's like, I need this dude to come mess shit up,
Miss
for the
Minutes was a
timeline.
little freaking Loki.
Because Deadpool could mess shit up, like in the war.
Yeah.
But he could be one of the key people that's like.
I've always said I don't know how like even before when we're talking about when they get the rights from Fox, whatever, like how would Deadpool fit in this universe? I remember like having those talks with you and our friend Jose like a long time ago, and I've always had that problem of like I don't know how like it's gonna break the immersion if he keeps addressing the audience or something.
Yeah.
But it would be cool because like,
only he knows.
I know, but
So they could be like, what? Like even if you put him with Blade, he could be like, what? Like what the hell? Are you
well,
talking about?
I know that in comics the way that they do it is like they'll see him talking to himself like in the corner and they're like, who are you talking to? Yeah. So that would be cool. But if he ever like addresses the audience, like that's gonna ruin the immersion for me.
I don't think so because just how you said it.
Well, imagine an Endgame, like a super serious like movie like that, and then Deadpool's like cracking jokes about, addressing us and talking about like how emotional the scene is or something.
Well,
that would totally take me
where Kevin Feige comes in. He's like, not this movie.
Well, that's my point. Like, how is it gonna mesh?
Well, I just watched freaking what's it called again? Endgame.
Okay.
And I feel like everybody was freaking held like you could look at Thor. Like Thor was fat. He had his little funny shit, but they were like,
but
he played it to like he's depressed. He's like,
yeah. But
he
that's
played
like
with
an
it.
in-universe thing, like addressing the audience. Like that's
No, well, that's why like him. They'll be like, you can address the audience
I
and
don't
certain
like
shit,
that.
but like
I don't like that. I've always said this.
you will.
If he's in like if he's playing with MCU characters in their movies and stuff, fine. Like or not fine. Don't do your shit there. Like he could talk to himself in the corner and he could like make jokes. Whatever. Even if he makes jokes, that's fine. Like I just don't. I don't know. It would break my immersion. I guess it depends how they do it. Maybe I'll be like totally wrong, and I'll admit I'm wrong later. Whatever. But my point is what I want is when Deadpool is over here playing on this side. He can be there in the big action scenes, and he could be funny.
It depends.
He
who
could
you
be,
put him with.
yeah, and he could be the comic relief. But
If
when
you put him with
MCU
Ant-Man,
or like Spider-Man, yeah. But when MCU characters go to the Deadpool movie,
I
like
already see how you can do it.
play by his rules, that's fine. Everybody can crack jokes, and everybody can.
If he sees Spider-Man, he's gonna ask him about Zendaya.
Yeah,
where's
I guess.
Zendaya? And then she's gonna
See,
pop out.
oh my god, I would hate that if that happened in an Avengers movie or a Spider-Man movie. Augie, I would hate that. Now, if Spider-Man goes to Deadpool 4,
Yeah, if it happens in that
that's
shit.
cool. That's fine because I know what I'm signing up for, and like the whole movie's gonna be fun and bullshit like that.
What if he's just there and he's like, "Hey Zendaya," he just says it real quick.
In Avengers or something, Augie, I would hate that.
If he says anybody's real name,
Augie,
isn't she the biggest one?
that would be awful. I would hate that. How many times do I have to tell you?
I don't think you will.
I'm trying to tell you how I feel.
That's right now. We're talking 2 years from now.
2 years if I don't have Blade in 2 years.
After Deadpool, you won't be saying that. You just said
I
you
said
like
what
the
I said.
timeline shit.
We'll see when we get there.
You just said you like the timeline shit.
Yeah. Because that's a cool way to merge those universes is that, well, one, again, how lucky we are that Deadpool 2, when it was under the Fox umbrella, ended with the multiverse thing. I think he has like a remote or something. I forgot.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Hold on.
It's because of what's his name? Cable. Cable could do that shit. Like,
But like it was a device, right?
yeah.
But anyway, how cool of that?
And
then he's messing with timelines, and then
I guess
MCU stuff starts coming in, and then they have to deal with him because he's messing shit up. That's so cool.
Yeah, they could do that.
But that Zendaya shit? Mm-mm.
So
Keep
he can't. What if it's
Yeah, give me more examples.
Chris
Go ahead.
Evans and then he's just like
In what? A Captain America movie? In Secret Wars?
no, like in the Avengers movie, they're all there. Everybody's there on the field.
Nope.
And then he sees.
Oh, hey, Captain America, you look a lot like that guy Chris Evans. No,
No, he's not gonna say you look a lot like, but he'll reference another movie he was in.
haven't I seen you in Snowpiercer? No.
Oh, no, I didn't know.
Get the hell out of here with that shit.
Somebody, he's gonna do that to somebody. He's gonna do it to somebody.
If that happens, Augie,
I'm telling you, it's gonna happen.
an Avengers movie or something, we'll be recording something in here. I'll clip this back. I'll talk about how stupid it was. Or
Okay,
I'll clip
so
this.
You want a more subtle one where he's like, if all three Spider-Man are there, he's like,
It would
oh,
be-
you're Peter too.
No, not even that.
To make it look like he's seen the movie.
I guess I'd be fine with that.
You want a more subtle one like
No,
that?
I would-
You don't want to.
I don't understand why he has to break the fourth wall at all.
He could mention another movie.
Why
Can
can't
he say,
he?
didn't you already do that?
I think it'd be more funny if saw all three Spider-Man in that situation and geeked out about it. Because that's very subtle.
Yeah.
Like, why is he so excited about it?
See,
Because
that's where Kevin Feige would come in and he'll be like, we're still going to break your fourth wall.
so I'm as good as Feige is what you're saying, because I came up with that idea.
No, that's
What you're saying. You're alluding to that. Call me Gabriel Feige.
You'll be... What was that other guy's last name?
Filoni?
The Bob
Oh,
that filled it.
Bob Iger is the one, like the
But
Steve.
the other Bob.
I think it was Bob Chapek.
Well, you're freaking Kevin Chapek. That's who you are.
Damn. So, like, the good and the bad. I have good ideas and bad ideas.
Yeah, but you're gonna get fired soon.
All right.
But,
Let me make it tight, this conversation. So, again, it's about the MCU and it coming back to life. I don't think it's dead. It's just on a little hiatus right now. Because, again, they have all this shit. I think what the frustration is that we see all this cool shit. Not even that it's announced, because the stuff that's announced is cool. We just haven't seen it all together. But now we're going to spoil Miss Marvel, and I think we'll spoil a little bit of Loki. So if you're
the only scene I've seen.
So there's going to be timestamps. Skip ahead. Or get spoiled. I don't give a shit. But point is, we're talking about spoilers now. So you haven't seen the Marvels. I'm going to ask if you want me to spoil something. But you have seen the post-credit scene.
Yeah, I guess I could already say it. So with Beast, I saw a scene. She wakes up and she's like, "Mom."
Who's she?
What's her name? Photon? What the hell?
Just Monica
Rambeau. So she wakes up. She's all saying her mom and all that shit. Obviously, her mom's dead, right? Well,
in our universe, mom's dead.
So her mom's dead, and I was like, "Oh, don't tell me her mom was somewhere else." You've seen the movie, so I didn't know if she had popped up already.
Right.
She just knocked out me. But
and she has a different suit on, and apparently her name is Binary.
Yeah, and what made me realize that okay, she has to be somewhere else is that her mom doesn't even know who she is. So I was like, either she hasn't seen her since she was a kid, like from our universe, or she really doesn't know her. She's in another universe. And then you see freaking what's his name right there.
I like how your explanation of it is just all right. Here's what I think happened. I know. No, I like.
So I didn't know if they popped up in the movie.
Yeah, because I don't know what you want me to spoil. So
I don't want to spoil nothing.
Okay.
No, you can spoil it. Like the certain parts that.
Okay.
Don't tell me that someone died if you don't need to.
No, I won't spoil the events of the Marvels.
But yeah, so she sees him right there, and I was like, so she must be in another timeline, which is why I said remind me about Ant-Man. Because he's in another damn timeline, which is what I've been saying.
Oh, that's a theory.
There's not no more.
It's not officially confirmed. Like, this is officially confirmed Monica Rambeau is in another timeline.
Because she started meeting people. But what if...
But that's what I'm saying. It's not official. You're saying it like it's fact. Like, if somebody didn't watch Ant-Man: The Lost Quantumania, they'd be like, what? Ant-Man's in another universe? That's a theory. Shit. It's a fun theory, but that's not confirmed. Fake news.
Watch it.
Huge.
Then go back to the beginning.
This is huge.
This is huge. This is huge news.
Where's the toilet paper?
Oh, gracious. This is huge.
Anyway.
I thought it was right there.
I know. I thought I had some around here somewhere. Shoot that shit.
Shoot it where? Huge.
Huge.
Just have freaking paper. People throwing paper.
He shot like a basketball. You're supposed to do it like that.
Oh,
Anyway.
Did it? That's like he freaking... Oh.
Back on track.
Yeah, so... He's in another timeline. I don't care what you say. And when they show it, you're going to be like, all right.
Just know he's not. This is all speculation. But go ahead.
He's going to be in a timeline.
That's it?
Well, that's all I had to compare. I haven't seen the Marvels, so what do you...
I thought you were going to have a big theory about it.
I mean, I've seen a picture of the mom standing in a suit, but I don't know if that's a...
Yeah. So this whole thing is the multiverse saga. And we've only got like 3 or 4 multiverse projects. That's where the frustration really comes from. If this was all tight, and if eventually they rename, like if they push all the other ones out, and like, okay, this is like between sagas, and now this is multiverse saga, I think that'll be tighter. Unfortunately, that's not where we are right now.
Is there going to be like how Avengers 2 came out? Is there going to be like that? Or it's just straight to
what do you mean?
Infinity or
to
Secret Wars?
No. As of right now, the slate
you know what?
is straight to Secret Wars or Kang Dynasty and then Secret Wars.
What's it called? This badass freaking Secret Invasion.
What?
with Samuel L. Jackson?
Oh yeah, I didn't get to finish my point earlier. I had in our older MCU conversation. You go check it out. I think it was like the state of the MCU or something. It was like episode like 5, 6, 7, something like that. I said if Secret Invasion is not good, that like I'm done with these Disney Plus shows, or like I'm done with Marvel for now. Like my excitement is done. I'm never gonna be done. I don't know about never, but I'm not gonna be done. Like I'm just not gonna watch it. And I did not like Secret Invasion. I thought that shit sucked.
Everything?
I mean, there's always cool elements here and there. But yeah, Samuel Jackson, I liked him more in the Marvels that we got for like 15 minutes than I did the whole series of Secret Invasion.
I didn't see the Marvels, so.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, for them...
Well, then if I liked them in Secret Invasion, I'm going to love them in the Marvels.
Like, I like the idea of him having this wife that's, like, on the planet.
I didn't care about that. That's not what I was talking about.
But even then, like, the Skrull stuff, I mean, I did like the villain.
You played a whole alien race.
I like the actor that played him. He was badass. He had a cool little British accent. He's playing Bob Marley.
And then that girl's not overpowered.
Yes, she is.
No, she's not.
She has Captain Marvel's powers whenever she wants.
But she also has their weaknesses. And she can't use them all.
They didn't say that. Did they?
I read about her.
But that's the thing. I'm not talking about like where the character's going. We're not talking... I don't watch movies outside of the camera.
Yeah,
I watch what they show me.
Yeah.
So sure, eventually maybe that'll be the case. But
so she has a lot of powers, but let's say if they do go that route, she has a lot of weaknesses too.
Sure, yeah, that'd be cool.
But she also can't do everything all at once. It's not like she could put Captain America's like 3 different powers at once.
What would be cool is if like she has to cycle through or something like that. Like you shoot your Captain Marvel thing, but now you got to go through like 20 other powers so you get back.
She has to
something like that.
It's better this way.
So she could use the Captain Marvel thing, switch to the like the thing or something, back to Captain Marvel thing. Like that's not.
Yeah, and Spider-Man will still beat her ass.
All you gotta do is web her arms.
Well, look at how, and this is what I like that they did about Spider-Man. I've been watching Doctor Strange 2 and all that. Freaking, was it Far From Home?
The second one?
Spider-Man
or No Way Home?
I like how they let him outsmart him.
And what?
Which one he's like. He does the mirror dimension. He's like, it's basic geometry.
In No Way Home, you're talking about.
Yeah, No Way Home.
Yeah, he beats him with
like,
math.
It's basic geometry, and then he does his shit. He catches them, but stuff like that, like so her easy, Samuel easy, dude. Samuel Jackson made her. He'll find a way.
But here's the problem with this.
Especially with timelines. Are you kidding me?
We're at the point with MCU where it's like they don't have everything planned out. And I kind of feel like when are we even going to see her again?
Well, that's what we thought. But now that they could say stuff, it's like, I feel like they do have it planned out. And because of all this strike shit, they were like...
Well, I'm not saying...
So it left us in the... Now all of us are like, shit, what's going to happen?
What I'm saying is, after giving her those powers, I don't think as of right now... that they have a plan for her.
Oh, for her?
Like a path, like this is where she's going next. I think that right now they just put a bunch of people on the board and they're like, okay, we'll pick and choose who we want to use later.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Is like, I can't get invested in Daenerys Targaryen over here, getting all these powers.
There's a lot of people.
Because I don't even know where she's popping up next. Actually, Valentina, Elaine popped up.
Yeah.
Right? Didn't she?
Yeah. There's a lot of people, but...
So maybe we see her in Thunderbolts. I don't know.
I did see, too, that people are saying after... Like, whatever happens, Secret Wars, all that shit, that is going to rewrite whatever's at the end. I think it's just whoever is within this timeline at the end, they're going to be like, this is the timeline.
Yeah, that's what they did in the
Robert
comics.
Downey Jr. is coming back.
But
Chris Evans coming back.
That's the thing, too, is that we've talked about this off camera, but I'll just say it again right here. It's like, why is it such a big story that they're trying to get the original characters back? Like, we're doing Secret Wars. Why is this such a big, like, surprise that they're bringing these characters back? Yeah. Or is it like this Marvel hate that's going on right now and people just want to shit on it? Because they're like, oh, look, Marvel sucks, they got to bring them back. Well, no shit. They were going to bring them back because we're doing the storyline of multiverse. And maybe now we can have Iron Man.
They killed them.
Yeah. And maybe now we can have an Iron Man that is evil.
They're coming back.
And well, I mean, they're not coming back permanently.
After they gave Thor
There's
that
no
money,
way.
they're like, we got to give 25 million to someone else.
Well, actually, it's being reported now that Thor 5's in the works.
Back to 20 million though.
I don't think that's how it
18,
works.
whatever he was getting.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if they're on movie by movie basis or if I don't think they're doing contracts anymore. How genius was it of them at first to be like, hey, we're gonna do this like
You're
cinematic universe? Like, we need to sign you.
Well, now it's because we don't need you.
Yeah, exactly. You need us.
We'll pull another Thor timeline over here.
I'm ready for this timeline, for this like multiversal thing to ramp up. And again, back to all of this. After watching the Marvels, I got so excited because again, it was like a mid-tier Marvel movie. It's not like exceptionally bad or it's just like,
What would you compare it to?
it's like
Another Marvel movie.
like, let me see. Like I liked it more than Captain Marvel 1 because it's more fun. But I like if you liked one more, they're probably like on the same tier.
Yeah.
But like a Thor one, let me pick like a sooner one. Like I definitely like Multiverse of Madness more. I mean, to me, I really like Multiverse of Madness. But like Black Panther, No Way Home, like those are like top tier. Multiverse of Madness is kind of like higher, like mid tier for me. This is like lower mid tier, but it's not bad. Like you would think, seeing these numbers and seeing the reaction and women and all this stuff and like Brie Larson and all this shit, you would think that this movie is awful. It's not. Like it's fine.
Well,
and
people just hate Brie Larson.
I mean, she kind of dug her own grave, but I also don't think like she said anything that crazy. Or maybe I don't know. Maybe I didn't see everything, but she was.
I saw shit too. Was what's his name acting mean toward Captain Marvel because he was a Skrull
in real life? What's his name?
This shit. He was the only one.
Well, I forget. Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
I always thought that Don Cheadle was messing around there because, like, you know that clip where like he's messing around with Kevin Hart, where like he says like I'm 40 something or whatever, and then Kevin Hart says, "Damn."
He just looks at him on just.
I thought
that's his like humor.
Exactly. That's what I thought the whole time, and people turned that into a whole thing of just like, the whole cast hates her too. I don't know.
Well,
maybe they do.
Everybody hates freaking everything now, dude.
Everybody hates Chris. Everybody loves Raymond.
Nothing to say to that. I don't know a Raymond that I could come back.
Anyway, we keep getting sidetracked. My point is, after watching the Marvels, for those who haven't seen, or maybe for those who have and are watching, by the end of it, like after like the post credit, or just at the end of the movie, but then especially after the mid credit scene, there's no post credit. After the mid credit scene, I was just like, I said it twice. I said it at the end of the movie and the mid credit scene. I was just like, finally, we are tying things together. Like, it's taken us too long to get here, and I understand that there's been real life shit that has gotten in the way with writer strike and COVID.
Yeah.
Like, things are not going well, which only goes to show how incredible the first 3 phases of the MCU were, that it was that smooth. But anyway, right now it's not smooth, and on top of that, there is way too much shit to watch. I think that this 1 year hiatus with just Deadpool coming out is going to benefit them, and now that Bob Iger's been back for like a year, I think, or 2, I think now it's him and Kevin Feige, like, they're going to have their plan, and that's going to ramp up soon. I think we're going to be fine.
Even just, what's his name? I forgot his name. Kang.
Yeah.
All this shit.
Even that, like, people...
freaking...
Like, I don't think... We can make a bet right now if you think opposite of me, but I don't think that Kang or that Jonathan Majors is getting recast at all. I don't think they actually consider that at all, in my opinion. I don't know anything, but there's I think unless he was actually like guilty and like there was like video proof or something, like something where they can't squeal out. Like, I'm not saying that he is 100% innocent. Yeah. Don't come at me, even though like reading it, like it was definitely an overreaction, I think.
They did what Nike did with Travis Scott. They stayed quiet. They didn't drop him. They stayed quiet, and then a year later, they were like, "Okay, we have these Travis Scott shoes coming out," and then it slowly went, and then so they took that route where they're just like, "Let's just stay quiet. Let's just," and they never said they were recasting him. It was just what was said.
It's just speculation,
But after Loki 2, hell nah. After I saw him pop up, I was like, yes. I was like, because they could have easily recasted him.
Jonathan Majors, we've seen him play 3 different versions of...
More than that shit.
But like actual portrayals, like hours long that we've seen him. We've seen 3. We've seen him like teased like the other ones, but I'm saying so far we've seen 3. with Victor Timely, King the Conqueror, and He Who Remains.
Yeah.
All three have been excellent.
And He Who Remains got crazier after in Loki when he tells him, he's like, so you haven't stopped time yet.
That was the coolest freaking
shit. I was like,
part.
Because I thought he had one on him now.
Yeah. Well, that whole scene was awesome. But yeah, he told him like, oh yeah, like you haven't learned how to stop time, whatever. And he's all talking to him, and then Loki stops it. What did he snap his fingers or something? He does something.
He just like points up and it like stops. Like,
and it's so cool because that little movement shows, oh, Loki's been doing this for a while.
Yeah. And he even says it. He's like, it's like our argument with freaking on what's that movie? Not The Day After Tomorrow. What's it called?
I don't know. I'm not on this.
With Tom Cruise, where the day always starts over.
Oh, Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
He's been there a bunch of times, so it's like Loki too. It's like, how do you know this has been the first one?
You know what part was also freaking cool? I don't know if it's episode 5 or 6, but when he's all like, oh, like how long will it take me to learn like whatever. What did he even say?
Like everything you know, how long will it
Pretty
take
much,
me?
yeah. And he said
centuries.
Like, yeah. He said like a century, and then they said like centuries or something like that, and then it just said like centuries later. It's like,
and he comes
what?
in. He just built the loom.
I mean, he's a god, so time probably works a little bit differently.
And then what I like is, well, that all happened before he gets here, because then when he tells him, he's like, time wasted. But
yeah,
because the loom, the temporal loom is it resets. Like if it gets too much, the temporal loom blows up, and then the sacred timeline's still protected.
It's so cool.
So then he's like, you can either team up with me, we keep this shit protected, keep the TVA, and you kill Sylvie, and we just keep doing this.
Yeah. Or
he's like, you could keep trying to figure out a way to fix it, but it's gonna blow up. That's the point of it. So then this dude became the loom himself.
This dude has like all the Uno cards. He's got draw fours ready.
That's why I feel like he's the one that's because, like she said, he's giving us a chance. And then my thing is, obviously, he's going to come out in Secret Wars at this point.
Is he?
He probably wasn't, but now he has to.
Because I think, like, Loki...
They could leave him there. They could leave him there.
They could do whatever they want.
But if he does some, like, not Force Unleashed, what is it called?
Force Awakens?
No, like Luke, when he sent his Force somewhere else.
Last Jedi.
I wouldn't be surprised if this guy can, like, leave for a little bit. He has to see Thor again.
Loki?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant we would see.
Or what if in Thor 5, Thor's like, I need to freaking, or he just ends up somewhere, and then he freaking.
You're not giving me a lot to work with.
I don't know how you'll end up there, but Thor's always doing cosmic shit. But let's say he ends up there, and then he's like, I gotta meet somebody, I gotta talk to somebody. They're teasing this shit up the whole time. It's freaking
I don't
Loki.
know. I don't know, because we might have, at this rate, we might have Loki season 3 before.
This is what I'm gonna tell you. The writers are back, and they're ready to go. Their pens are hot.
That's what I'm saying. We might get Loki season 4 before Secret Wars comes out.
Season 4?
Dude, what year?
Oh, okay.
What year are we?
I was like, what do you mean
we're
season 4?
We're still in 2023. That shit ain't coming out until 2026. Secret Wars. We're getting a Loki season 3 before that.
I'll take all of them. But that's what I said. Can he leave?
We'll find out Loki season 2.
Because people are saying that he's holding it. Like, if he's, like, right there holding it. I think he did it to charge it. But now I think he's just chilling. Like, he's just sitting there.
I think he does.
Because someone said his cloak or his coat is the timelines.
You know what they're going to do? This is what they're going to do. Is he's charged it for so long where he's going to be able to, like, leave. But he's going to be like, I have to go back. That way he could come and do some shit. But then he has to go back. Otherwise, it's all screwed up.
That's what I said. I was like,
no, you said he's going to do Luke Skywalker and project his Force version.
I said that, and then I said, or...
Also, he's a god of mischief. He could just send...
That's what I'm saying. And then...
You didn't say none of this.
No, that's what I'm saying, is he could leave. Like, there's always a way for him to...
You're saying a lot.
But he said himself, he's like, I don't see why people are getting mad about Chris Evans and all that. And he's like, I died, like, 6 times or whatever. So
Tom Hiddleston did?
Yeah. And like that, there's always going to be another timeline one. And then I forgot what movie we were watching, but it was a stupid killer one. The new killer one. It was at the end of the movie.
What are you talking about?
It's like a new killer movie. He wears a mask and shit, but it has to do with time. But basically,
Happy Death Day?
I don't know what it was,
Okay.
but it has to do with the machine. I can tell you the end of the movie. I don't know what movie it is, but I'm gonna spoil the shit out of it.
Well, is it relevant to our conversation?
I guess it's a new popular one. I don't know what.
Is it relevant to our conversation?
Oh yeah. Because I took a piece of what he said out, and I was like, "That's true." Because he said,
"Just tell me that."
Because she's like, "I could kill you and it'll be over," and he's like, "I don't give a shit." He's like, "I existed in time." He's like, "The fact that I existed in time is someone's gonna hear about me and go to that point in time."
Is there an earthquake happening? By the way, what's happening? You don't feel the couch like going like that?
No.
I just swear I saw a movie. Well, I'll have to check the camera, see if it even captured it. But I felt it over here, and then I saw something over there.
I didn't see nothing, man.
I heard something, and then I saw something.
He didn't see nothing, man. He didn't deny the hear, because he's like, I heard something,
sorry.
but he didn't see it.
Imagine.
That'll be what is it, the cold open?
Yeah.
Right there.
I already got one with the earthquake thing. That's our cold open. But anyway, let's wrap this up.
So yeah, basically, if Captain America and all them, the fact that they've existed in time, you can go back to the first movie and say, "Hey, we need you,"
pull them.
Just like they did in the old one, or not the old one.
In Endgame. Yeah, 100%.
So the fact that they even exist, the fact that Kang even exists, there'll always be another Kang. There'll always be another bad one. But I think the one that's gonna end it is gonna be Kang. The stupidest thing, like you're saying all this Deadpool shit, the stupidest thing would be for them to say, even though we have Victor Timely as our Kang in our timeline, that'll be stupid for them to be like, "Oh, Iron Man was your Kang the whole time. He's a variant." And I'll be that's stupid because he would be an Iron Man variant. But if you look at the comics, I think it's Iron Lad or some shit in the future. He's actually the Kang variant, and that's what they.
This is all too much.
Like that, because I was looking up Kang. After that, I was looking up Kang, and I was like, "Is he gonna come back from Ant-Man and all this shit?" So I started looking up stuff, and I learned a lot about freaking different variants of Kang and his powers and all that shit. But
it seems like it's gonna be very focused, and we are gonna focus on those 3 Kangs that we've already seen, like the 3 that are walking, the main dudes.
I just think it's gonna be a Kang to beat them. I don't know who.
It would be cool if Kang the Conqueror is gonna come back, because he is Kang the Conqueror. Like he said he was, you know?
But he could be a variant of Kang the Conqueror.
I don't think so. I think this is a smaller story than people realize it's going to be. Like it's gonna be big in terms of like
there's a society of Kangs. All the other ones are like nobody.
But I mean, like to take down Kang, I think it's gonna be a lot simpler. Than it seems. You know what's gonna be cool though? I don't know if this happens in the comics or if it even makes sense, but because in Age of Ultron, you fight all the Ultron bots. You fight the Chitauri in Avengers 1.
Fight all the Kangs? You
fight all the Kangs in this one. That would be freaking cool. And I think that's going to happen.
I guess, all their little...
But like they're going to be like the sucky ones, right?
Yeah.
They're all sucky. And then like... sucky, and like maybe like the 3 like main dudes will be like the generals and like we have to deal with them. But you're right. Like I think the unique thing with the Kangs, and I don't understand why people are bitching about him being like weak. The cool thing about Kang is that there are so many and they are united. And it's not about, Ant-Man beat this one. Who cares? The threat of Kang is this giant thing. Like, what don't you understand?
Even if it's not any of them, he who remains is scary as shit. He flicked Sophie away.
I don't know.
When he was telling him you don't know how to pause, and he paused.
Oh, like he disappeared her.
She was gone. Yeah, she was gone.
Yeah, that's just OP.
He can flick you from.
So was Loki, but at least like he went through all the shit to get his powers. You know, he wasn't just like injected with something.
Time doesn't move how they said, but with Kang, he can make it move because he goes to like specific parts and like.
Sidebar, I think every time you move, I'm feeling it now because I'm just so sunken into this couch now.
Oh, okay.
That now any little movement, I'm feeling.
You're going to the sunken place, dude.
Gonna go in there.
I don't have
anyway,
hit my little teacup. I don't have a teacup in here.
Any final thoughts on the MCU rising again to greatness? What is it gonna take? Do you think it's already happening?
It's not gonna take much.
Well, go ahead. What is it gonna take? What does Auggie have to do to the MCU to make it Infinity War Endgame levels again of hype?
Well, to me, I mean, I read all the spoilers and shit, so the Kang, if it's true how it says, there's going to be 3 different teams.
No, I just mean, like, what does the MCU have to do? Not, like, what does Avengers Secret Wars have to do, but just all of it. Like, are you saying they just have to nail Secret Wars? That's it?
Just keep
What about the next, like, 2.5, 3 years?
All these movies up to Marvels and all that, I've always felt like, because Corona, they're all old.
I like how you still call it Corona. Like, we called it Corona at first, and then I think we agreed as a society to call it COVID.
Oh,
but I
fine,
love
COVID.
no, I love it. I know I'm being sarcastic. I love that you like it's Corona. Coronavirus.
So, yeah, because that shows everything. Like literally everything. Christmas, Halloween, Black Friday, everything has sucked since 2020 because it's the rollout. We're barely getting back to normal, I would say. As in movies, and then right when we're getting back to normal,
the writer's strike happens.
The writer's strike, so it's like now we can't really announce anything. Like even all these actors, like Pedro Pascal is freaking, what is it? Freaking Mr. Fantastic.
Well, again, because that's not even confirmed.
Yeah,
and it's not even.
But they couldn't even say anything.
But it's not. Yeah, but it's not even like reported to be confirmed. Yeah. It's reported that they offered it to him, and that like he's trying to figure out his schedule.
Yeah.
Between like The Last of Us, and everything, but it's not confirmed. Like remember, like 2-3 months ago, Adam Driver was confirmed to be Mr. Fantastic. So like, I'm not believing shit until it's actually confirmed.
Even like that, like. Because we knew everything. We knew everything that was happening.
Yeah.
We're like, you guys can't even shoot a scene.
But it was consistent. Like
well, it's because you don't know now.
No, I'm talking about in terms of like what the saga was. We heard, all right, even though like because every movie wasn't an Infinity Stone movie, but at the end of Thor Ragnarok, we get a tease. Like it was just like a little bit here. But now there's projects, or at least for a while, there's projects where it's just like, well, where are we going? like, was this relevant at all? And I know eventually it will be. I'm not one of the naysayers. I'm one of the guys that has been saying be patient.
Yeah.
But
that's how the Infinity Saga worked.
Not this long, man. Like
no. Well, the whole layout, like the Infinity Saga worked like that.
That's what I was.
This one has to do with time.
But not every project is dealing with time.
Oh, I know. But you're irrelevant till you're relevant. It's basically.
But that's my point. Is like that's where the MCU is at, and that's where I think a lot of the frustration comes from. Is like people are invested in a bigger story, and it's almost like I think people are feeling cheated that they paid their money, that they went out, that they saw this movie. Again, the people that are complaining online that, like you said, that aren't even watching the movies, I don't give a shit what they have to say. Like if they're just reading Rotten Tomatoes score and like judging the movie, I don't care what they have to say. But for all these people that are watching it and then feel like that they were cheated out of it because they're so invested in this story and it's not going anywhere, I get their frustration. I'm not one of them. I'm just saying I get why you would be upset. But to bring it back home, and we're gonna end it here.
Well, I'll tell you, just the thought of some of this shit is worth the money. Like, for real,
I like where your head's at. Yeah, just the possibility.
Like Batman vs Superman, that movie, people say it sucked. The director's cut, I don't think so. But
I think it's okay. I don't think it's nearly as bad as the Rotten Tomato score was at the time. It was like 10%.
Because like if not, it's 20. Like, well, go back and watch the freaking cartoon one. Then it's like,
why are you so mad?
You're lucky you got that shit. Like, cause it's not crazy bad, but it's like they put it together. I don't know how long they took. But it's like we're lucky we got that shit. Like the Flash movie too.
Again, that's another movie that I didn't think was as
CGI
bad.
Sucked.
Yeah. Oh, it was awful in some scenes. Yeah,
CGI sucked, but it's like
I thought it was a cool story.
Badass little movie.
By the end, all this shit's going down with the different flashes. I thought it could have been executed better. It all comes down to execution. A lot of these ideas are great.
Yeah, and then like they were saying, if Flash could reset the timeline, just like how he did basically new Batman and all this shit, and then so this one, they're saying it's gonna be the new timeline.
No, it's not. It's not. It's just not because James Gunn has made it very clear that none of that shit he cares about.
Okay,
none of it.
So look at what do you mean?
Like DCEU stuff, Zack Snyder universe stuff, does not care. Remember when Wonder Woman's just like, oh yeah, I talked to James Gunn, I'm coming back. He recently was just like, yeah, that was a lie. Not that he said that, but he was just like, I don't know where she got that from. No, I don't know if he said it or somebody else said it. Like, don't quote me on that, but look it up, figure it out. But on top of that, Aquaman, I think there was a report where it was like recently where it was just like all the DCU stuff like is not like no actors are coming back. Yeah. But to me, it was very clear from the beginning. Like, why would you? If I was playing with my toys over here and it sucked, right? Nobody liked the way I was playing with my toys. And then like, oh, Auggie, this guy sucks. Can you play with these toys better? Wouldn't you like ignore everything I did?
Like, give me those toys.
Oh yeah, you suck. And what? All right, you took all my toys. And what if I said, but like, can you like include my storyline that I had with freaking G.I. Joe?
No.
Exactly. So from the very get go, I was just like, no, like it's not.
I like that Batman story you had over there.
Huh?
I like the way your Batman fought.
Are you gonna give me credit?
Hell no. They're not even gonna give me credit.
So anyway, we've gotten off track, and we do need to wrap this up. I got to go to sleep. So anyway, I asked you a question, and you went off on a tangent.
I didn't answer it.
You didn't answer, but it's okay. So let me wrap this up.
Oh, I didn't get to say my shit. This because we're talking about Echo and shit. Echo's gonna be good.
When were we talking about Echo?
Echo's gonna be good. I think there's gonna be a lot of shows. I think there's gonna be another movie. I think they lied to us.
That's what you said.
There's gonna be a whole nother movie.
So there's gonna be some shows and there's gonna be a movie.
Nobody's talking. We haven't even talked about it. And I'm pissed off now because a 9-day event is gonna happen. We're getting
What If?
What if 9 days?
What If looks good.
It's gonna be a movie. It's gonna be a movie. It's gonna be
huge.
Killmonger's back. They got out of there.
I didn't see him in the trailer, but I believe it.
He's in the trailer.
Cool.
Odin. What if Odin and Hela found the 10 rings?
Yeah, that's a badass premise. No, I'm excited for What If.
Fire. I started watching a lot of the old.
What If season 2 is going maybe I'll be wrong.
What if?
but it's going to be better than Secret Invasion, which is crazy to say because when the slate was announced, I don't care. It's 9 hours or not even. What is it like? 30-minute episodes?
That is not fair at all. Because
why?
Animation, you could do way more shit than you could on
Secret Invasion. That's a huge storyline about, and all they gave us was Rhodey being a Skrull, and it wasn't even actually Rhodey being a Skrull. That sucks.
Okay,
they had their chance. They had their chance.
Look at this.
What if I had my toys on? What if I had my Secret Invasion toys? All right, we have to wrap this up, so finish your point.
Okay. So what do you think's harder and what do you think's gonna cost more?
So it's not about the MCU.
No, it's about because it's about Secret Invasion, because I'm talking about animation versus the actual actors and everything. So Secret Wars or Spider-Man, the next one, Beyond the Spider-Verse? Yeah. Which one's harder and which one costs more money? Because you could do way more shit in the Spider-Verse.
Dude, Secret Invasion? Or are you talking about Secret Invasion or Secret Wars?
Secret Wars, because imagine all the people, because I seen Endgame recently. So that shit, you're lucky you got that. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're lucky we got that, but we're freaking being selfish and all that shit. So when Secret Wars comes out, that's what I'm saying. Spider-Man, that's why I compared it to Spider-Man, because there was like 50 or 100 Spider-Man. You would never, the cost on that shit, imagine if there was a Secret Invasion or a Secret Wars for Spider-Man.
Right.
And if that was real, like, live action people, how much would that cost compared to freaking, because I feel like it'd be cheaper doing it.
Animation is cheaper. To answer your question, animation is cheaper. Mustache. Now, it might be harder. I can't say. I think the team on live action is bigger. But like, you go ask one of these animators
that's how
any of these artists.
That's how they work them though.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they probably like it, but they work them like to the freaking.
But what do you ask? Like, what's your question?
It's like
I lost the thread.
Because I'm saying Secret or What If is going to be way better than.
But I'm not saying.
But that's not fair, because if you wanted to make What If into live action, it would never look like that.
But I'm not like talking about the scope of What If and what it's doing for the multiverse is way more important than like what's Secret Invasion. I'm just talking about quality,
the story, all that shit.
I like Whiplash more than like
Drumline.
Of course, the Drumline is not a good movie.
Drumline's a classic though.
It is. It's an MTV classic. It's one of those that it's on MTV. You got to watch it. I got to rewatch it. I shouldn't say it's not a good movie. I just assume it's not because it's an MTV movie.
That's funny that I brought up Drumline again because I think I told you last time what Drumline was about.
All right. Again, you're distracting me. You're good at this. I'm trying to wrap up. All right, I'm gonna finish this. Don't interrupt me. My thoughts on the MCU coming back from this. Yeah, at the end of the Marvels, it did feel like finally we're connecting. Can I spoil something for you or no?
Yeah.
So like the post-credit, because it could have been a post-credit scene. It's at the end of the Marvels, and I think it was supposed to be mid-credit, and then the other one was supposed to be post, but they realized, hey, people are going to stay for post, and nobody's going to watch this damn movie, whatever. So like the first mid-credit scene or post-credit scene is Kamala. Earlier in the movie, she steals a tablet from Nick Fury. It's not a big deal, so it's not a huge spoiler. Turns out she still has it.
She just wanted a souvenir.
Well, it turns out she still has it, and she does the whole Nick Fury thing at the end of Iron Man 1. She's at somebody's apartment, and then she's just like, you just joined like a bigger world or whatever, or like she does the whole Avengers speech, but not the whole thing, but she gives like a little part of it. So that's kind of like fourth wall breaking because whatever.
See, she kind of does it, yeah.
But anyway, so whose apartment is she in?
Spider-Man.
Well, dude, you would have found out by now. There's a Pizza Dog there, and it's in New York. And
so it's close.
It's Hawkeye, baby.
Oh, Hawkeye? Oh, what's her name?
Well, Haley Steinfeld. What's her actual name in there?
See, you can't say that, dude. You got mad at Deadpool when he said that.
What?
If he says Haley.
Anyway, so
what if the whole movie he's not saying anything stupid?
I said I'm not gonna let you distract me again.
Okay, but this is Deadpool. This is Deadpool.
I gotta go to sleep.
Me too.
You took a nap earlier.
I didn't take no nap earlier. Oh, crazy. You took a nap earlier. You walked in.
You got 30 seconds. What's your point?
All right. I know you're going to say...
I tried to make my point, by the way, for like 12 minutes now.
You're going to get
mad. And you keep cutting me off.
You're going to get mad and say you don't like it anyway. But if Deadpool's just like, I'm not calling him Captain America. I'm not calling him Iron Man. He's just calling everybody by their real name. Now, only we know that because we know the actors. If you're a little kid and you go over there, if he's calling Captain America Chris, and he's calling Iron Man Robert, he's calling freaking Black Widow freaking...
It depends on execution. It's all execution.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, just like that. Like,
yeah.
Like, instead of...
I wouldn't be upset. I wouldn't be angry.
What's Ant-Man's name?
Paul Rudd?
No, what's Ant-Man's name? Not Paul Rudd. I know Paul Rudd's name.
Scott
Lang.
Scott Lang.
So instead of calling him Scott,
you know how I remembered it? I was like, what is? I was like, how does Michael Douglas say it? Scott Lang. We're on the same page.
Oh, crazy.
Anyway, what?
No, I said like that. Like he's calling him Paul, and you're just like, what the frick?
Oh yeah.
Why is he calling him Paul? Why is he calling him Chris?
So I finally feel like the MCU is getting it's together. We're getting back to a place where things are connecting. But now we have this year hiatus. But the next movie... Oh, my bad. I was talking about the Young Avengers thing, by the way. They're teasing the Young Avengers.
Yeah.
So...
You don't think that's going to suck?
Why is it going to suck? Like, why are you being negative about that when you're so positive about everything else?
That's why, because it's like... And then you brought up the Thunderbolts. The Thunderbolts and Young Avengers are the two things in Marvel where I'm like,
Why? Like, the whole point of the MCU is that we got to see these team-ups. So why are we going into these sour grapes?
Well, the Young Avengers would be cool if it was, like, let's say Deadpool came out.
Why does Deadpool keep coming up?
Because it's the only movie out there.
I think I went too loud on that one. I broke the sound barrier. Why does Deadpool keep coming up, Auggie?
Because I was saying Deadpool, and then there's no Avenger movie in the middle. So you could have threw Young Avengers in there. That way, by Secret Invasion or Secret Wars.
But who knows when? Like, I don't think the slate that's in. It might even just be a Disney Plus show. I wish it was a movie though.
You did it.
Well, why not have
You did it, Kevin freaking Cambridge, or whatever the hell your name is.
All right.
No, I'm saying that's going to be because I think there's going to be a movie. I do think there's going to be a movie.
I originally thought that Young Avengers were going to eventually save the Avengers team in Secret Wars or King Dynasty or something. Like, they're going to play a role. They're not going to be the main thing, but there will be like a passing the baton thing. Like, oh, we could have done it without you guys. What else do you want with the Young Avengers? Here's the problem. Here's what people are going to have a problem with the Young Avengers.
You know what I would like, the Young Avengers?
Hold on.
I'll write a whole movie now.
This is where people are going to... I'm tired of you interrupting me. I've lost it. It's midnight. I got to go to sleep. What people are going to have a problem with the Young Avengers is that it's like going to be 80% women. Girls.
I don't care about that.
Well, I know, but I'm saying what people are going to have a problem with.
Like, the world is 80% women. Nah, I'll write the whole story right now.
Auggie, I don't want you to.
I think it's already there.
I would love to hear your pitch at a later date.
Well, I'm gonna say it real quick. Here we go. How crazy is this? No, look.
We gotta respect the audience's time here. We're at almost 2 hours in.
Ultron comes back, catches the Avengers. The Young Avengers have to save them. They can even
double down.
They can even fight them if you want.
All right.
That's it. But I think that's already... Because Ultron doesn't do that shit. In an animated movie, I don't know.
I was waiting for him to come back, and now I'm over it.
But that's what I'm saying. Easily put the Young Avengers there. They fight Ultron.
Yeah.
But if we're fitting it in the movie, or in the thing, it probably would have been better if the Young Avengers fight like a Victor Timely.
You know what, Augie? I'm sorry. I'm barely realizing... No, hold on. Let me finish my point. I'm sorry, because I just realized that this is your first topic on the podcast. It's not a versus. We've done reviews together. We've done a preview together. And I did say I wanted to unleash you from the verses so that you can be unleashed. And this is your first time talking about the MCU on the podcast. So that's why you're going so hard. I realize that now.
You brought up Young Avengers.
I'm just talking about the last hour and a half.
I asked earlier, is there an Avengers movie in between? And that's what the problem is.
I'm trying to compliment you. I'm trying to apologize.
It's all coming together.
You're not listening to me. I'm trying to apologize. I'm sorry. I should have let you go off.
No, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for showing up.
I just told you. It's all coming together now.
Oh, wow. See, now we're on the same page. Yes, we are finally... Here we go. We're wrapping up.
It's all coming together.
Guys,
that's the picture.
We're going to be okay.
That's the picture right there.
It's Turkey Day.
Was it Spider-Man? Better together. No, I'm not doing that shit. But look, I was saying, because you were saying we the way that the Infinity Saga was, you got a little piece here, it all connected.
Yeah.
This one doesn't go like that. You don't get an Avengers movie in the middle.
But I'm not even talking about Avengers.
It doesn't go like that. It's scattered. It's scattered like time.
But it's too scattered. We've had like 15 projects, and only like 4 of them are related. Maybe like 5 or 6.
Same thing with the Stones. There's only 6 Stones. How many movies were in the first? Tell me.
But even though it was bullshit, at least at the end of Avengers 2, and I guess it did get criticized.
And Thor had a whole ass stone they didn't even use.
At the end of Avengers 2, at least we got a post-credit scene of like, oh, Thanos is finally coming. You know, there's not constant build. But that's my point. I think we're finally getting there. And especially with the year hiatus, film some more shit. Let's finally tie everything together. And I think they are. And I think we're going to be okay. And all of this is going to blow over.
Yeah. And to be fair...
Final point. I'm done.
To be fair, there was like 3 different versions of Thanos. So they can't really say shit about this.
Just different colors.
Armor, I guess.
Oh, I thought you meant like in the build-up to Infinity War.
Yeah, I mean, his chin was kind of like... He looked more comic booky in the first time you see him.
Yeah, he was like reddish, pinkish.
Yeah.
And then we got like a one shade of purple. And then by the time we got him, he was like a light purple.
He was like... Yeah, he was like...
He was like Grimace in between, and then he turned like light purple.
I would say he was more comic in the beginning, and then slowly they're like, all right, this Thanos looks like this would be a Thanos that shows up. But that's what I'm saying. Like, people were saying shit. Oh, you only saw the last 2 movies?
Yeah.
You only saw the last 2 movies, and then you're over here saying shit. You didn't watch... They didn't watch Age of Ultron. I know damn well they didn't watch Age of Ultron.
Well, that's a topic for another day. So we're done here.
Mr. California.
Let us know. We're done. I'm done with you. I'm cutting you off again.
All right.
Next up, I don't know what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna record something soon for Thanksgiving break for the next week. But yeah, keep it tuned. We have this new format now. Let us know if you made it this far or you skipped ahead. Let us know if you like this format. Doesn't matter regardless because we're gonna keep doing it for a little while. We'll let the numbers speak for themselves. But yeah, I don't know what we're gonna talk about next. I have some ideas. We could talk about
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Sure.
Is it a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie? That's the real question. Screw your stupid hot dog.
No, hot dog is a hot dog a sandwich. Let us know in the comments if a hot dog is a sandwich. Anyway, of course, if you made it this far, like, subscribe, share, do all those things. It is very important to us. If you did make it this far, hit subscribe. We're almost at 100. We're 5 away.
Make an account.
If you've been watching like week to week, we have been missing a couple weeks here again due to a bunch of different reasons. I've moved, different set, a lot is happening, COVID. But we're gonna get back on track eventually. We will be weekly. Writer's strike, yeah. We striked with them for the writer's strike ended and then we stopped. We went back to the movies.
We went on strike.
Yeah. But anyway, like I said, like, subscribe, share, do all those things, and until next time, peace out.